Hello everybody, how you going? Hi Chantal. Let me just turn you around. Hello Belinda. How you going? Here I am in my new standing up scopes. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be giving you some top time management tips, or my time management tips. They may be top, they may be not. Yes, give me some hearts. If you want to share this scope on Twitter, that'd be fantastic. Just click the little dude in the corner, and you can also share it with your followers as well. I'd really appreciate that. That would be smashing. And yeah, if you tap the screen, look, you can tap here. This is my ready-made sign encouraging the taps. If you can tap here, give me some hearts. It really helps me understand what you're enjoying about what I'm saying, or if I'm talking rubbish. And also thank you to all the replay watchers, because it's great you've taken time out of your day to watch little old me. So I'm going to talk about time management. I've got props. See, I've got props. I'm a bit prepared today. So some of my top tips for time management are the good old to-do list. I make to-do lists every day. I use paper and pen. I've tried a lot of softwares, and they just don't work for me. One that's quite popular is To-Do, which is T-E-U-X, D-E-U-X, which is pretty cool. So you can try that one. But I just like writing them down on paper. There's a huge amount of satisfaction about crossing things out. But I have a very specific plan for my day, and it's how I approach each day. I only work about 30 to 35 hours a week, which isn't very much when you consider that I actually now have 4 websites. I record a podcast. I do quite a lot of stuff. I run courses. It's a lot. So to get the most out of those 35 hours even, I have a very strict structure, and my structure goes something like this. So I always start the day with doing some admin and cash flow. So I know many people save their budgeting and invoicing until one day of the week, or even one day of the month, but I don't do that. I invoice every day of the week. I chase up invoices every day of the week, because one of the most important things about running a small business is keeping the money coming in. And if you're only invoicing once a week, well, then you're only going to get money once a week. The websites that I run, just answering the question here, are katoncopywriter.com.au, therecipeforseosuccess.com.au, the copywritingschool.com.au, hotcopypodcast.com, and I've also got katetoon.com, which is just my writing. There's a lot. I'm sure there's some more as well, but I can't remember. That's it for now. So yes, I always start with admin and cash flow. Get the invoices sent and do a few quick emails. Any emails that I can answer in a couple of sentences, I answer them quickly and I get them out. The next thing I do is focus on existing clients. And they come before new clients. So I always make sure that I'm keeping my existing clients happy before I worry about taking on any new ones. I make sure the work, it goes out. Now I use a proofreader overseas in the UK, which means when I wake up in the morning, all my copy is proofread and ready to be sent out to clients. So it's fantastic. So that's the first thing I do when I come in, is I can send out work to clients, and then I can get on with my day. After I've done all my new business, and I've sent out all my proposals and I've got those going, only then will I start doing marketing work. Now obviously things like this Periscope and my podcast, well, they kind of, they eat into my daily routine, but generally I try not to start fanning about on social media until I've got all my work out of the way. I use it as a reward and a bit of a treat for the day. So another thing that I do, which is another top time management skill, is when I make my to-do lists, I do it with specific times. So I give myself time chunks in which to do things, and generally I never have a time chunk of more than an hour, because I can't do thank you very much for that compliment there, a little compliment. The name of my podcast is hotcopypodcast.com, which I run with my wonderful Belinda Weaver. So yes, I break my day down into half-hour chunks. And every job that I do, I give it either 1 chunk, 2 chunks, or 3 chunks. I can't actually work on one task for more than an hour and a half, and my brain just doesn't work like that. I have to move on to something else. So often I'll chunk an hour and a half of full-on hardcore copywriting, and then I'll give myself half an hour of fun stuff, like playing on social media, or setting up an email, or checking my invoices, because that's the kind of fun stuff I enjoy doing. So yes, chunking your day into half-hour blocks is a great way of working, and if you work an 8-hour day, you've got 16 chunks, and it really does help break it down. And what I also use is a great piece of software called Toggl, toggl.com. I'll share the link. My beautiful assistant Chantel will be sharing the link shortly in the little comments. But Toggl is a time tracking software, and it's free. You can get a paid version, but the free version is pretty awesome, and you can track your hours. It's literally a stopwatch, so you can turn it on when you start a task, turn it off when you finish. And what I do is I do that through the day, and I check back against my chunks, and when I can see, oh, I'm at 27 minutes, it gives me some impetus to speed up. Because you know, sometimes you can get lost in what you're doing, 2 hours have gone by, and you're like, God, you know, I didn't mean to spend that long on a task. So by having a stopwatch on your day, then you really get some stuff done. So that's one tool I use. I also use Basecamp, basecamp.com. And that is a project management tool where all my clients can interact with me. It has to-do lists, you can upload documents, you can email each other, set appointments, and everything's in one neat platform. And it gives me a calendar so I can see every to-do that I have on a particular day, either for all clients or a particular client. I only started using that about 7 or 8 months ago, and I really think it's revolutionised the way that I work, and it's enabled me to manage heaps of clients. I've probably got about 16 clients on the go at the moment, all at different stages, some giant projects. Hello Stella, thank you for joining me. Some giant projects, some tiny projects. So by having them all in one centralised place, I don't miss any emails, I don't lose any documents, everything's in there, and I can go into that project and see everything in one place. So Basecamp, I find, is a really great way of managing lots of projects, but it is a paid tool, and I think I'm not quite sure how much it is a month, about $50 a month. So, you know, maybe not worth it if you've only got a couple of clients, but as you get bigger and bigger, it's a great solution. And now I'm going to take my jacket off because I'm a bit hot. Here we go. So, tips so far were, number 1, to follow the structure, which I've now lost, I can't find it, to follow the structure of cash flow and admin first, but just a little bit, maybe half an hour, then focus on your existing clients, then focus on new clients, then focus on marketing. So marketing should be your reward, because, you know, I could spend all day marketing, it's my favourite thing to do, but unfortunately I do have to sometimes do some work for my clients. Another tip, as I said, is to record your day into chunks, break it down into chunks of half an hour, give yourself, say, 16 chunks of time a day, and break tasks down by those chunks. Track your time using Toggl, and also maybe use Basecamp to manage projects. Now, I couldn't work like this every day. If I used this methodology every day, I'd go mental, because it's a lot of pressure. You know, you've got your stopwatch on, you've got your to-do list, it's like, oh, I've got to get it done. So I can't do this every day. You know, some days I just turn off Toggl, get rid of my to-do list, and just do work as I feel like it. Another tip I have is I don't have the phone on at all during the day, so my phone is off. And generally I do try and encourage my clients to email me rather than phone me. I also use Skype a lot, so I use Messenger, so I don't have to call people, I don't have to wait for people to call me back. I use that a lot with my suppliers, so I've got a designer, a developer, a digital assistant. What I do is I upload all their tasks at the beginning of the day into Basecamp. Yeah, I'll give you a little tour of the office, I always do a tour. I upload all their tasks first thing, and that means they're ready to go, and they can be working while I'm working on other things. So, those are my time management tips. But I just want to leave you with one other thought, is that, you know, I really think you need to appreciate your burnout zone. So I am great first thing in the morning, you know, I get my coffee, I go, but by 3 o'clock, I'm done. I just can't do it anymore. Often that's great because that's when I generally have to pick up my son, but on the days when I work through, I just stop at that point. Maybe I watch a bit of Vampire Diaries, or I eat some crisps, or I go on social media, or I just, you know, faff about. Maybe do a bit of work, but I don't set myself any huge tasks to do after 3 o'clock. I'm not someone who can burn the midnight oil. You know, when I'm done, I'm done. And I think it's better to switch off at that point and come back tomorrow fresh and full of beans than it is to try and keep squeezing the content out. You know, you're better off stopping and starting again. Oh yeah, I love my crisps. So that was it. I did just talk so fast. I've got to learn to slow it down and talk a bit slower. I will share this scope on YouTube afterwards. I've just got to edit it and put it up onto YouTube with a few of the links and a few of the ideas there. If you enjoyed this scope, give me some hearts. It's really nice to see all the hearts, guys, because usually I don't get them, so it makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile, so that's fantastic. And you know, if you do want to share this with anybody, please let me know. Your burnout zone is 3 p.m. Beach walks are a must. Well, I go to the beach every morning actually, and that's when I get my beach time. By 3 o'clock I just want to lie in a dark room and cry usually. No, I'm joking. I'll be doing another scope tomorrow at a slightly earlier time of 9:30, because tomorrow I'm actually recording a webinar for Small Business Victoria with Flying Solo. You can still sign up for that today, so go to flyingsolo.com.au. It's a free webinar, 10 o'clock tomorrow, Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be giving you my top 10 tips for social media. I'm not a social media guru, but I'm on it a lot, and I have some pretty good engagement with social media, so hopefully check that webinar out. Or come slightly early at 9:30 tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about yet, but probably something SEO, something to do with Google and making your site rank a little bit higher. So if you've got a suggestion for my scope tomorrow or a question, head over to Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, wherever, and ask me that question, and maybe I could make you the focus of tomorrow's scope. Maybe I could even review your website. Wow, that would be cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to turn you off now. There's no easy way of doing it without lurching towards the screen and looking like a weirdo. Here I